What if events went differently? What if Thor had aimed for the head in the final battle of Avengers Infinity War? How could the small change affect the MCU timeline as a whole? We will be following the rules of this fanfiction where we look through the millions of universes that had failed to stop Thanos. Our MCU timeline was playing out the same. Thanos had defeated Iron Man, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man alongside of half of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They were defeated and Thanos was given the Time Stone going to the Battle of Wakanda. Wanda had used her powers, destroying the Mind Stone with all of her powers, but it wasn't enough. Thanos had used the Time Stone, grabbing the Mind Stone from Vision, ripping it out of his head. He put it on his gauntlet and Thor saw this and he knew Thanos gained all of the stones. He needed to end this quick and fast. Thor in her new timeline changes. He wants Thanos to have a quick death like what he did when Thanos choked out Loki. Thor saw his opportunity. Thanos screamed in pain, becoming confused as he was about to snap his fingers, but Thor used his axe. It spun around, deflecting all of the power from the Infinity Gauntlet. The axe landed, hitting Thanos in the forehead as blood started going down his face. His eyes rolled back to white as he kneeled to the ground. The gauntlet fell to the ground and Thanos was defeated. Thor was shocked as he summoned his axe from Thanos' dead body, and he couldn't believe it that it was done. Did he really kill the Mad Titan that easily? Black Panther, Captain America, and the other heroes got back up after almost being defeated. Cap saw the dead body of Thanos and he thanked Thor. He put his hand on Thor's shoulder smiling, and Black Panther asked Thor what were they going to do now with the gauntlet. Thor didn't know what to do with the gauntlet, but it had too much power and it needed to stay away from Earth. It wasn't safe and he was the only one that could destroy it. He needed to destroy the stones, and if they didn't, it could end up in the wrong hands in the future and they could be in the same situation. Black Panther asked Thor if they could bring the gauntlet back to the laboratory, and Wanda still needed to find a way to bring Vision back or try and copy his memories. Bruce Banner thought maybe it was possible to bring Vision back, but he wasn't so sure. Thor agreed and the heroes walked into the laboratory, seeing Shuri on the ground bleeding. She was hit to the ground hard and knocked out. Black Panther helped her up and explained the war was over. They won. Thor put the gauntlet on the table as Wanda walked in the room with Vision's floating dead body. She wanted him brought back and she wanted it done now. Thor told her to calm down and Shuri and Bruce Banner did the research using robots to study the gauntlet. They looked through the stones trying to find parts of Vision, but it was almost like it was gone. It was erased. Since the heroes and the universe didn't get snapped in the timeline, there's a lot of changes within this alternate reality. Doctor Strange could see something was wrong. He told Stark that something should have happened, but he didn't know why it didn't happen. He looked into the future, but maybe it was wrong. Doctor Strange used his powers, creating a massive portal on Titan going to Earth. He told Stark and Spider-Man that they needed to find Thanos before he got the other stones, just so they could stand one last chance. Star-Lord was shocked hearing that maybe they wouldn't lose after all. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and the rest of the heroes walked out of the portal into Wakanda, seeing all the dead aliens on the ground in a massive war, but it was over. Spider-Man asked what happened here and Tony didn't know what to tell the kid, but he told Peter to calm down. They looked around, walking around Wakanda. They couldn't believe what they saw. Tony saw Thanos dead and yelled to Doctor Strange. They looked to see his body and it wasn't moving. Doctor Strange summoned his powers, telling Spider-Man and the Guardians to keep their guard up. No one was in sight until they heard something. They didn't know what it was, but they kept walking towards one of the buildings in Wakanda, and it was the laboratory. Thor put his head down, knowing what he needed to do. Shuri and Bruce told Wanda that Vision was gone, and because of the process, she wasn't able to fully download Vision's memories or any backup files, therefore he was officially dead. Wanda started getting mad as it hit her. She wanted him back no matter what the costs. Thor explained that he couldn't save Vision and that the stones were too powerful for anyone to control or analyze. Thor picked up the gauntlet on the table until Wanda's eyes were starting to get red. She told Thor to stand down and to leave the gauntlet on the table. Captain America took her by the shoulder, trying to calm her down, but she let out a massive scream and energy, and it blasted in the room. Black Panther, Bruce Banner, War Machine, and Bucky were almost knocked out from the blast. Thor flew out of the window, smashing his back off of glass. He hit the ground and Captain America tried to grab the gauntlet, but Wanda pushed him back. Doctor Strange heard a noise, seeing that it was Thor, and he fell off of the laboratory. The heroes ran to see red energy in the building. Thor couldn't believe his eyes when he saw Star-Lord Star-Lord with Tony Stark and Doctor Strange. He almost had no words. Iron Man suited back up, but his suit was weak after he fought Thanos, and he told Thor what was going on. Thor said that Wanda lost vision and she's trying to get the gauntlet. Iron Man, after hearing this, zoomed in to the top floor, seeing Captain America being held down by energy. Tony asked Wanda to stop and she could be helped, and she used her powers on Tony's armor, crushing them. Tony screamed in pain, losing power from his suit, and there was a massive energy spike going around, and Doctor Strange knew there wasn't much time left. Wanda was using her powers to suck in energy from the stone, and she was trying to warp reality. Captain America didn't want to hurt her, but he had no choice. He ran in, spearing Wanda off of the building, and they were free falling, but were caught by Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange said that he didn't want to fight her, and he tried to explain that he was going to need the stones back, and that he was going to try and fix this, but then she screamed, and Doctor Strange put a spell on her, but it didn't work. The gauntlet was on the ground, and Thor knew that he needed to grab it before something got worse. If he didn't, the universe could be at risk. Doctor Strange tried to see through the future using spells, but he couldn't see anything. It was a massive energy fight between Wanda and Doctor Strange. Thor flew on the top of the lab, seeing War Machine and the other heroes almost knocked out. He picked up the gauntlet and his hammer. Captain America, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange were trying to battle Wanda, and Spider-Man and the other Guardians tried joining in on the fight, but they were pushed back from Wanda's new abilities as she used her energy. Captain America told Iron Man to hit him with a blast, and his shield created a massive beam, and he pointed it at Wanda. The beam hit her, and she flew to the ground, rolling around. Thor landed to the ground, and he could see that the battle was over, and Wanda was slowly crawling up. Tony told Wanda he could help her get back vision, but she didn't believe him. She used energy, fully crushing him, and Thor screamed, kicking her to the ground. She used a massive mega blast, and the gauntlet fell near Thor, but she picked it up. Wanda started using her powers on the gauntlet, seeing that there wasn't many heroes left. Doctor Strange tried using one more massive spell, but it didn't work. She warped reality, and Doctor Strange started glitching out. Doctor Strange was yelling at Wanda, telling her not to mess with the gauntlet, but a loud echo was heard in the distance as reality started to change in front of Wanda. The gauntlet was gone, and she turned around to see Thanos. He smiled, telling Wanda that his plan worked and that he could change reality however he wanted to, and he still had the gauntlet in his hand. Thanos took her by the neck, choking her to death. Thanos saw Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, and Captain America looking in the distance. He said no hard feelings, but he needed to draw all of the heroes together so he could finish them off in one whole swoop, so none of them could rise up. He explained that everyone would still resist and try to fix what he was about to do, but it wouldn't work. Most of the heroes were already killed by Thanos as he used the reality stone. Doctor Strange told Tony and Cap they were going to need to put their differences aside if they had any chances of taking out Thanos. Thanos used the reality stone again, showing them what he did, and Thanos smiled, snapping Wanda's neck, throwing her to the ground near a dead Thor and Star-Lord. Captain America screamed, charging in at Thanos, but Thanos used the space stone, teleporting him into space where he froze to death. Thanos snapped his fingers as half of the universe dusted. That is going to be my dark ending to what if Thor had actually aimed for the head, killing Thanos. I do believe that Wanda would have been evil in this alternate reality, or she would have betrayed the heroes to save Vision, because we don't actually get her full thoughts if she did survive the original film, because she was dusted away. So I do believe that if she wasn't dusted away and there was more time, she would have went all crazy after seeing that Vision had died, and she was gaining more abilities and powers as she went along the films. I think Thanos luring all of them together was a great plan to trick them and wipe them all out in one single battle. If you guys did enjoy this fan fiction, do make sure to subscribe, like, share, and turn your notifications on so you and your friends are all up to date with the latest content. And if you guys want to see animated fan fictions, do make sure to go check out the Patreon. Link will be in the description down below. But anyways, as always, peace out.